Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach the hospital management system using WOP concept. There are many students who ask me to do the project using WOP concept. So let me do the step by step using the hospital management system small project. Right. So first what you are going to do is if you are not even install the MySQL workbench in your machine, you have to install the MySQL workbench. You have to go to the Google search, you have to type MySQL workbench download, you have to click on this link and go and download this one. So here the MySQL workbench, right? So you have to download and install your MySQL workbench in your machine, right? The MySQL workbench is must. Okay, if you are configuring the database connection, okay. So you have to download and install in your machine. After install the MySQL workbench, you have to see the MySQL workbench. You have to open like this. Okay, while you installing the MySQL workbench, you have to configure the port and you have to give the user credential root and I have gave the password root 123. You can give the username and password whatever you like, right? So after that you can open up like this, right? After that you have to, if you're not even download the NetBeans ID, you have to download the NetBeans ID. Go to the appropriate uh, website and you have to download them, right? This is the newest version. If you want to go along with go below version, you can get here whatever version you need, right? There are here all the below version is there, you will be able to download, right, according to your requirements, right? So you have to download and install your new machine NetBeans, right? These two softwares we needed in order to work with the hospital management system, right? After install the NetBeans, you can see the open the after install and open the NetBeans, you can see the UI design look like this. Now first what you're going to do is I'm going to go to create a database, right? Simply I'm going to create the first hospital. Let's look at the notepad. We have a actors. What are the actors are there? Imagine you have a doctor, one actor, patient is another actor, user is another actor. We have first you have to create the three users: doctor, patient, and user. Right? Okay, he is the system administrator. Right? So here he can manage doctor and patient. Doctor shall be able to log in the system. Patient shall be able to log in the system. Select the type, right? The user type. Okay, all the things we can manage. So first, I'm going to go to create the table structure. So first, I'm going to create the doctor. Doctor table. We have a ID. Doctor has a specific ID. First name, doctor first name. Last name is there. Doctor's last name. Email, and this is specialization. This is the must of the doctor. So specialization, this is a must of the doctor. Specialization. After the gender, these are the attributes should they are in the doctor. If the patient, so patient, you can see here ID, first name, last name. You can give here first name, last name, so ID, first name, last name. After that, we have to give the email. After that, we have to give the gender. These are the attributes are there in the patient. So we have a two tables we have created, doctor table and patient table, right? So after that, we have another table, which is a user table, right? This is a user table. So each user table consists of these are the fields. First one is a ID. So first name, last name, the same thing we needed. After that, we have another thing, email, user email and password. The password, right? The user table, right? User table. After that, we have another thing is here we have brought the role. Another thing is a role. Okay, it may be a patient role or doctor role. Okay, this is the important stuff. These are the things we have to create it, right? So we have to create this role. in our MySQL workbench. Okay, let me create step by step, right? So let's create the database. Let's create the database, right? So click on here, this one, this plus symbol. Create a new schema. Click on this. Here I'm going to create the hospital, which is DC hospital, right? DC hospital, APLO, APLO hospital. I have created the name as APLO hospital. Just give the name, right? You can give whatever name. APLO hospital is my, I just create the name, okay? Apply. This is a database I'm going to create it, right? Right. Click finish. Now database has been created successfully. Here this is name, right? So database we have created, right? So after that we can see the database. Okay, Apple. You can refresh it. Where's the database? Right, this is the database. Here it's created. Now the inside the database, I'm going to create the table. So select the database. Here, go inside here. So table, right click new table. So this is the table I'm going to create. Here we have created the table. First is the doctor table. Doctor table, we have a first column is a ID. This one I'm going to create as a auto generate part. So you have to write a varchar. Okay, you have to select as a varchar. You have to give as a 50 characters. Okay, no need to create the AI increment. Okay, auto generate increment. We have a primary key. We have nullable. You have set it. So we have to create the auto generate part. Auto generate. We have to create the custom number. So using the custom number. Imagine you have to create the ID also look like this format. Doctor T, here like this format. That's very, this is very effective if you are create like this. Okay. First one, second one is a first name. This we have to give the first name also. You have to create as a character. You have to create 100. Second last name 100 characters. Watch 100 characters. After that, you have to create the another field which is a email. Get the 100, this one email, and the one is a doctor specialization. So specialization also you have to give as a 100. Or to give the another field which is a gender, right? Gender, right? These are the fields we have created. Now let's, after done all the things, you have to click apply. Now we have one table, first table we have created successful, which is a doctor table, right? We have to go and create another table which is a user table. So sorry, patient table. Create new table. You have a patient. So you have patient. Patient also consists of ID. It also the custom. I'm giving a custom number. So you have to write a, it's look like this format. P001 like this. Okay, so this is the efficient way to increment the number. So the second one is a patient. First name you have to write the first name, you have to hit the number, you have to give the 50 characters. It's enough for 50. Let's give the 50 characters. This is the name, you have to give the 100 characters. The third one is the last name you have to give the 100 characters. Last name also you have to give 100 characters. Last name, first name, last name. What other things are there in the patient we have discussed? Email and gender. That's the things we have. Email, this one is the email. Here give the watcher. That after that here give the another one is a gender. Okay, if you want to the phone number and everything, you can add it over here, right? Okay, you will be able to add the phone number and everything. Okay, so we have created only this. These are the 5 attributes you have to add. If you want to more, you will be added, right, according to your plan. Okay, according to your custom plant requirements. Okay, I have just the explanation for your purpose. We have created these other fields. The additional field you can add this address, phone number, city, country, all things you will be able to add it. Okay, you can add it whatever field you need, right? Okay, according to the client requirements, right? Now let's apply, right? So we have a second table has been created, which is a patient table, right? I'm going to go to create the new table, which is a user table. User consists of two roles, which is a one is a patient and it's a doctor role. So the first one is a user ID. For user ID also we have to generate all things are custom, right? Second one is a user. What are things we have created here? You have to go to the look at the documentation. First name. Okay, if you have forgot it, you go into the look at the documentation. You will be able to do it. Okay, documentation is must. You can't work without a documentation. You have to work with the documentation. Then only you will be able to catch up. Last name, email. Third one is email. Fourth one is a password. Password. You generate the password. After that, you generate the role. It may be a It may be a this one was a password field. Also, you have to give some hash password. It's a long, so we need a length, right? So email this roles also enough, right? These are the fields of the users, right? Let's click play, right? So you have created the database table successfully, right? These are the roles are there in the database, right? Now what you're going to do is we have to open up the NetBeans, right? I'm going to go to create a new project. Okay, this option you have to select as its default come as Java with Maven. You select as Java with End. Then only you go along with the swing application. Click Java application next. Here I'm going to create APLO hospital. If it is click main class default, you have to uncheck it and click finish. Right. Now here you go to the source package. Inside here have to create the different packages. I'm going to create the different package. What are the different packages we have to create? Right, that is a must. Okay, they are creating a different packages in order to work with the WOP concept. Okay, in order to work with the WOP concept, it is must. Right. Now let's work it as a right. So here you can see here this earlier we have did it. First one is a you have to create one is a package. I'm going to create Java package at DTO. You have to create like DTO. So data type which nothing but the data transferring package. Second one I'm going to create a second package is a database. So dealing with the database, you have to create the database schema. Third one you have to create as a enumeration enums, right? It is managed by the roles. Okay, they managed by the roles and everything, right? So third one after the package you have to create the util package. You have to manage the util package, which is the password characters, all things you have to manage. Final one is a view. Here is a view. The design the right. These are the 5 different packages we have created, right? So you have understand that today video we have understand that what are the things we have discussed about create the databases, right? We analyze what are the roles in our actors available in our system. We have created the different tables and we have designed the packages. In our next video, continue the video. We will discuss about the create database. This all the sections we have discussed about the things, right? Thank you for watching. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we have done the package creation. Let's continue the video. Select the database. Now we have configured the database, right? The first step we have configured the database. We already created the database in our MySQL workbench in our last time, which name is APLO hospital. right? So let's open up the database, right? We have already created the database, right? So as my database here, this is my database. Here this one, right? So here this is my database. Now what you are going to do is I'm going to make the connection and all, right? So these are the tables we have created, right? So what you're going to do is you have to get this name of the database, right? I just copy the name. Now here this is the database, right? So right click, I'm going to make the class. You have to make the class as db connection. You have to make the class db connection. Here you have to configure the connections, right? So you have to write here, you have to write private static. You have to write db connection. You have to db connection. You have to create the object db connection. Right, this is static class. Okay, so static, right? This is static. Okay, so after that you have to write the another object. You have to create the private access first. You mean we can access only this class only. That's why you have declared the fiber connection. Right. Right. Now you have to implement the namespace. So you have to write namespace, which is a import. Here I haven't import the library, so we have to go to Google and you have to download the MySQL connector for Java. You have to download the appropriate connector. Okay, that is must, right? Right. So you have to download the appropriate connector. Java MySQL connector Java. Click on this. So here we have to download the jar file. Okay, jar file. So you have to have the jar file only. Okay, we no need to download another thing. So we need a jar file only. We have this one jar. Click on the second one. Here this one jar zip file. Okay, here jar zip file. You click on download it. Okay, right? I already download, so now no need to download again. So you have to go to the libraries, add jar folder. Here I'm going to what is the library I have downloaded. I have to import it here. So MySQL connector this one. It is coming like this way. We have to import it. Yes, it will be imported successfully, right? So after that you have to add the package import java dot sql dot like this. Make the asterisk over here, right? Okay, it's must. If you put the asterisk over here, you will be able to access all the SQL classes. Otherwise, each and everything you have to implement the namespace. So you have to import like this. Yeah, we will be the asterisk mean all the SQL classes you will be able to import. Right. This is the efficient way to do the program. So you write private so DB connection. So you write DB connection. You have to cross class not found exception. This one you have to import it. Otherwise, we have to we don't need it. It will automatically we have to import it, right? So we don't need them Now here we have to register the driver. So you write class dot for name. You have right here. This is the connection, right? com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. Now you click on this one. You have to here. It's a class here. You can use this, otherwise this. I have to use this. You have to write the rows. Okay. Okay. You can write like this. But if you are try catcher, you have to write the throws. Both are the same. Okay. Right. It's simple. I will get them this one. You no need to write it. Okay. So after that, you have to already create the connection object. You have to connection equal driver manager dot get connection. So you have to specify the connection URL. So here JDBC MySQL localhost. What is the port the running? Is running. You will be able to see the port here. This is the port running. So you have to write. Okay, you have to use the port correctly, otherwise it won't work, right? That's must, right? So you have to do the database connection properly. What's the database you have created? We have already copied, so I just paste it over. Sorry, not this. To go over here. The database. This is the database. So copy this code database, paste it over here, right? Okay, right. So after that comma, root is a username, password root 123. It's a user credential of MySQL workbench, right? It's a user credential of MySQL workbench. That's the thing you have to implement it. Right? So we have done successfully. Now what you're going to do is we have done it successfully this way. Right. JDBC, what was there? Right. Right. Now here it's not error. You click on this, but import the throw close this one. You have to import this one. The error go away. So now you can use it two things, SQL abstraction this one. After that what you're going to do is you have to, if you want to, you can separate this one if you have any issues, right? So it's sufficient bit, so you write like this. Okay, you keep right like this. So right, so done the connection part. Now what you're going to do is we have to do the another thing is you write it here. You write the public static this DB connection get instance, right? Get instance. So here you have to write a DB, this DB connection that establish a database connection. You have to write a simply you have to write the return keyword. Okay, if you have null, you want to check it. You have to write here return. You simply have to write return this DB connection. Right. So if you have to check whether the data, if you have to write check it here if DB connection equal null. If it is null, you have to create the connection. So you have to write create a connection mean DB connection equal new this one. You have to create the connection. This you have to call this one. The connection has been created. Okay, this connection has been created, right? Okay, so you have to write the this one SQL cloud, right, right. Okay, so we have to, after that you have to return this one, right. Okay, this how we have to return the connections, right. So if you are write like this way, otherwise I'm going to comment it, right. You have to write like this. Instead of that, you have to write this is the efficient way nowadays. Connection equal null. If it is null, okay, question mark. If it is null, this is called as if else. Okay, it's a question. If it is null, you have to use question mark. Now what you're going to do is you have to write it here like this way. DB connection, this one, right. DB connection, we will use it this one. Open and close it over here. But open it and write this DB connection. That's the thing you have to write. What suppose the error? Null. Yes, right. Okay, you have to use like this. Okay, you have to use like this way. You have to use this way. This way. Nowadays, all the programs are using this way. They are reduce the code line. Okay, that is a use it, right. So instead of using like this, you have to practice it this way. If it is null, question mark, the same thing. DB connection, new connection. You have to return also here. You have to write a colon mark. You have to return like this. This way we have simply you have to write it down this. Like instead of using that way, right. That's why I have bring this project for a little bit advanced. So you have to learn more things. Okay, nowadays, right. So after that, you write public connection, get connection, open and close bracket. Here you have to write return this connection, return this connection. That's it. Okay. So what I did so fast, if the first this is the method, static method you are using to check if the connection is works or not. If the connection is null, you have to create the connection. Connection is where is the connection is there. This is the connection. Here is where your database is resided. This one will be create the connection and return it. Okay, if the connection is null, that's it. Alright, connection is null. It's returned. Right after that, what you're going to do is you have to create another method. This connection, we have to get the get connection. We have to return connections. Right, that's it. That's the thing we have to write. Simple. Okay, very simple way we have done the project. Right, so we have database connection, we have done it like this. Now what you are going to do is we have to do the another things. We have to do the thing is the entities, this one, DTO, right. The how the record we have to enter over here, right. So let's see, do the DTOs we have created. Select the DTO, right click new class. First one should be doctor DTO. Doctor, you have to write like this DTO. Our second DTO, sorry, not here. You have to drag and drop inside here. Effect, right? So DTO, yes, the DTO. Not here, not default here. This one DTO. Here this DTO. We'll get another DTO, which is a patient DTO. A patient DTO. Third one, we have to write is a user DTO. User DTO. Right. Now we have to add the following methods. So this is the way you have to following to complete the project. It's a very essential stuff. Okay, we have to write like this. So first one should be the here the same thing inside, but what are the fields are there in the doctor fields? ID, first name. We need ID. We don't need that. Here have to write this is the auto increment. You are set it so that these are the following fields need. First name, last name. email and specialization. So write, you write simply, you write first name, which is a private, access specifier, which is a private. For the security purpose, we are using like this. Okay, we have to accessible this variable in this class only. If you use outside, we have to make it as all things of public. Right, this is the last name. After that, you have to write another thing is you are declaring the another DTO, which is an email. Another one you have to write is a specialization. Another thing is a gender. Now here, not a string, this is you have to write as a gender type. You have to create the gender type. You have to create the, you are using the enums. Enums, you have to get the enums. And enums, sorry, not a, enums, enums. So you have to create other, you have to look at the enums here. Right? Enums, you have to write the, what is the name? You have to give it as here, gender type. You have to write gender type. Say enum. You use the enum. Right? You have to have enums, you have to write like this, male 1, so female 2. You have to write, you are declaring if it is a male, if you have selected male, number 1. If it is a female, you are number 2. You have to get the variable final in state, gender type. Okay, gender type here, if it is a male, it's 1, state 1, male, female 2. You have set like this. Okay, you simply have to set like the gender type, right, like this. Okay. So after that, we have to go to my doctor. You have to like this, get gender type, you have to import it as, so that this one, sorry, where's the gender type here, this one, where's the, sorry, not here, you have to import it here, enums, right, this one as an enums here, gender type, we are importing gender type, it is perfect. After that, you have to write a getter set method, you have to write insert code, constructor, select all the constructor generated. After that, you have to write another constructs a default constructor. So how to implement it? First you have to select all, after that select none, select all, select none, generate. After that you have to go to insert code, generate, select all, you have to set the get and set method. That's the thing you have to write it. Okay, I hope you guys you understood the things well, how to create that Dr. DTO. We will continue the next video, the rest of the part. Thank you for watching. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Let me continue our hospital management system video. So here in our last class we have created the enums. We have to create the gender type, right? So we have a male or female, right? So we have to write like this. So enums, right? So enums we have to specify the types, gender type, account types, everything we have to manage by the enums, right? This is a professional way to we have to write it. So you have to complete the DTO doctor. Now I'm going to complete the DTO as a patient. So I'm going to create as a patient. DTO, right? Here the patient, what are the attributes we have a patient? So let's open up our MySQL workbench, right? So if you are not yet installed the MySQL workbench, you have to install the MySQL workbench. So instead of MySQL workbench, if you want to use it as a PHP XAMPP server, you can use it. There is no problem. So it is simple. We are using the MySQL workbench. We no need to install the XAMPP, right? So what is our database? APL hospital, this one. So here this is a patient table columns consists of these following columns, right? First name, last name, email, gender, right? So specialization we don't need, so that we don't worry about that. This is all the things we have, these properties we have copied, right? Copy all the properties, right? So we have to remove this one, export of this, right? Right. Now gender type also there. Now what you're going to do is the patient also gender male or female. We have to managed by this enum. So you have to write the enum get type over here, patient, get gender type and gender, right? So here also we have to add the insert code constructor. We need all the constructor. Select all, gender, generate, right click, generate insert code constructor, select all and select none, generate blank constructor. We have to generate the get and set method, select all and generate. That's it. Right. After that, we have to write the user type. So we have to write user. Right. User DTO, we have consist of the, what are the things we have done it here. User DTO, user. Here we have a columns. Right here. ID, first name, last name, email, password row. Password row. Right. Okay, there are the columns, right? The password row. Right. So what you are going to see here, I'm going to make it as a account type, right? So first what you are going to do is here, I'm going to go to the enums. Okay, this enums, I'm going to create the separate field. So this is not, that is a account type. So you write a others, go to the others, you select the enums, right? Next, you write account type, which is a right, account type. Account type here, you already my account type, what are the things you have to doctor or patient, right? You write it like this, doctor or patient, right? Account type, doctor or patient, you write here. Where's the account type? Doctor, you write capital letter, doctor, comma, patient, right? That's all managed by the account type enums, right? That's the thing you have to write it. Okay, so now here we have to implement these all things, saving in email, here email, and here another attribute which is a password also there, I think. Yeah, password and role. So this is a password, it's a password, you have to implement the password. After that, what you are going to do is you have to role. Role also we have to implement like this. So how to the same thing. We have to done the patient part, the same thing you have to write copied. Here also you have to write the gender, not type, gender type, it's a account type. Account type, here you have to write account type. Enums, right. Now you have to generate like this. Right click, insert code, constructor, all constructor generate, code, constructor, select all, none, generate. After that, you have to write the generate code, get and set method. We need all the get and set method, right? Everything we have generated successful. We done all the required things successfully, right? We have done all the required things successfully, right? Now what we are going to do is, we have done the patient and DTO part. Now let's go to our view. Okay, so here we have a view, right? View, what you're going to do is we have to design the flow. Okay, we have to design the flow, right? So after design, we will do the database configuration. Database configuration we have done already. We have designed the part, right? So for the view, select the view package, right click, new, JFrame form. First one I'm going to design as a patient, right? Your patient, right? The patient form, we have to something like this, have write like this. What are the things we have? These are the attributes. So first name, last name, email, gender, right? Email, gender, right? So I'm going to go to design this. You have to drag one panel to here. This panel I'm got this one, name it as right click, properties. It's a border, you have to background, you have to change it as a, this blue. I like it, right? So here we have to write it as a label patient, select this one, properties, font, bold, 48. Alright, if you want you can change the color and all. Okay, right, so I keep, sorry, if you want you change the font family, I want to change the foreground color as, you can change it as white. It's perfect, it's perfectly set on the screen. After that, what you're going to do is, we have done this so far well, we have drag the another labels, rest of the labels we have drag it. So instead we have to delete them, instead of that we have to drag one group box. Okay, before you drag the labels, we need a group box. It's very nice, we can get the nice look and feel of the application if you have drag the group box. So you have drag one panel here, the patient, right? This panel, which you are going to do, right click, properties, what you are going to see here, we have write the border. So border, click on the border. This border you have to make it as title with, oh no, I'm going to get bevel border. It's something like nice. Here's something nice border. Look nice. And here I'm going to add the following labels. Right? So you have to write this one. So the patient first name. So first name. Right click, properties. With bold 14. Oh, 14 is too, I feel too small, so I'm going to make it as a little bit. See the copy, control V to paste. This one, second one should be the last name, email. Sorry, last one, email, gender. So email, control C to copy, control V to paste it, get another copy, email. After that, same, control C to copy, control V to paste it, it's a gender. Select here something problem, right? Gender. Gender. Right. Now we have dragged the respective text fields. So we have drag and drop it like this. Right click and edit text, backspace to remove the existing text. Again, you have to go to the properties window. We have to make the font little bit bigger as 14. It would be perfect for you. It would be perfect, right? Now let's select this one, this label, change variable. We have name it as txt first name. You have to write like this as a camel case. Right, that's a professional way to type the names. Control C to copy, Control V to paste and get another copy. This one you have to name it as txt last name. This Control C to copy, Control V to paste here, get another copy. Txt email. This one we have drag it the combo box. Drag the combo box. Right. This combo box, what you are going to do is we have to increase the size little bit at 18. This also with bold. Here also what you're going to do is we have to add the items. So we have to get the model. So we have to write two things. What's the gender? Male or female? Female. That's it. Two options. Male or female. That's the thing you have to write. Male or female. Right. This is the simple application. Right. So here this is the application. What you're going to do is here we have to done. We have to do the thing is that save and here button. We need a buttons. Here right here right save. Select this one, properties, bold, font increase little bit 14. It would be fine. Same thing, copy and paste it here and get another copy. This one should be the update. Third one should be Control C, copy, Control V. This one should be delete. Right. Now we have designed this simple form. Now you have to drag one J table as well. So where's the J table? We have to get the J table from the palette. Right. It's there here. You just drag and drop on your form. Simply you have to just look like this. Right. Perfect. This one also we have to reduce the size little bit small. Would arrange like this. Right. Perfect. Simply you have perfect. It fit on the screen. Right. Here you have to arrange the unwanted space. We have to leave that. Then not it will be professional. Application will be professional. You have to make it as right. Perfect. Now this one, right click, table content, columns. First one should be ID. Second one is a first name. Second one is the last name. Email. Or we have to insert another field. This is gender. Close it. Now it's perfectly fit on the screen. Right. Now what you're going to do is here we have to click on this. You can see as output is not a good, right? So we have to make some changes. So select the window here, this one J table. Here you have to table content. You have to remove these columns. The default rows. Delete the default rows. Select and remove. Delete. Right. Perfect. Now let's select here. Go to the source. The Control F UI. Press enter key. Here you have to find it as a metal. Metal as a metal. The UI you have to select the UI. Right here. So Nimbus we have to make it as a metal. Now you can check of the feel of the application. Here it is the actual look and feel of the application, but it's not display correct portion. So what you're going to do is here again here go here, design, select the frame, right click, properties, port, generate center. Now again here generator. So come as a here. This come as this professional way. Right. I hope you guys will understood things well. I'll be get in touch with you in my next video tutorial. Right. Thank you. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. We completed the patient designing part. Today I'm going to design the doctor part. So let me select the view. Right click new JFrame. We have to this one we have to call it as the class as doctor. Finish it. Now what you're going to do is we have to simply instead of creating I just copy and paste it. Copy, paste and select the package, paste it, refactor copy. This one you have changed as a doctor. Doctor you have to already created, right? So I am going to delete this doctor package. Okay. So if I here safely delete, right? Otherwise, if you are not doing that, you have to here now you have to only we have to doctor. You have to change this one as a doctor. That's it. Here this one first name, last name, email, gender. Out of the another part we have a specialization. Right? Specialization only we have a specialization. So we have no need to type. Right. I have to copy and paste it here. We have this one as a specialization. Another text field, we have to put it over here. Perfect. Right. Other things are same. So yeah, right. We have to do the we have to be here. We need the first name, last name, gender. Here we no need a email. Instead of email, you have to put the specialization. So in our row table row, we no need to show all the fields, right? So here we have a we no need a email. The specialization is must. Instead of here specialization, special, right? You are special, right? You are write like this. Okay. Okay, the shortly we have typed like this. Okay, the id defined. Okay, we now need to put all the columns. Okay, so we have a only the important columns only we have to put on the tables. We have to show into the tables, right? Okay, we don't need to put all the things. Perfect, right? This is the doctor part. We have completed the doctor part, right? After that, we have to create another one which is a user. A user consists of what are the first name, last name, email, password, role. Here role, right? So role also we have to pass a role as well. So what you're going to do is here we have to get the copy of the doctor, copy it, sell the view, paste it, a user. First name, last name, gender, role, right? Role. So role we have to write it over here. It may be the doctor or patient. So instead of this one, we have write it over here. We have a combo box. Right here we have to go to the properties model. Here to doctor, the patient. Close it. Right, that's it. Right click properties. We have write it over here as change it as bold 14. Right, that's it. That's it. The things we have write it here. We have created as these all the things you have to paste it above the user. Right, so we have created the three things like user, patient, and doctor. Right, now we have select the doctor. Now we have to add that according to the database. Before that, we have generate the auto number generator. So how to generate the auto number generator? So we have to go to the source. This is the constructor. This after the constructor. Here I'm going to explain it. Don't worry. Right. So first, what you're going to do is here this line. First, I'm going to import the import. We already import the MySQL connector. So Java dot SQL dot all the package you have to import the packages. This code I have pasted. I have explained. Don't worry. Right. So here we have here mentioned it. What are the things we have did it, right? So here we have created the private method which is a generate doctor ID. Doctor ID generated means this is auto increment. So we have to create the method which is a generated doctor ID which is a return type. So that we have to write it as a string. If it is not return the value, we have to write it as void. So here I'm going to return the value. So you have to write as string, right? So this is the exception handling. We have to write it here. Instead of writing the try and catch, we have to write it's a throws method. Both are same. SQL exception, class found exception, right? Okay. So after that, we have to establish the database connection, right? So we have to create the connection object connection. Here DB class, we have to call the DB connection class. Okay, this is the class where my database configuration is resided. So we have to call this class in order to establish a database connection. So that I have call this class. Inside this class, we have a method get instance. So you can go here. Here, so get instance. This instance class, what I did here, I already show. But if the connection is already exists, it will be returned. Okay, if the connection is not, it is null, it will be creating the connection here. Okay, these all things I have already explained. Don't worry about that. Okay, I already explained it, right? So the same, this class, this method, we have to call it over here in order to establish this connection. Here we have a get connection method. So here it's a get connection method here, right? Here this get connection. This connection is written. Okay, that's the thing we have wrote, right? So after that, okay, what I did here is you can see here, sorry, not here, doctor. We have select statement. When we are using the select statement, we are using the statement class, create the object statement connection. We have, this is the connection. Your connection is this all the we have get the connection assigned to this object. This object you have called, it is a predefined method create statement, right? After that, we have to write the result set object. We have to create result set object, result set. This statement dot execute query. This execute query we have to check it. Okay, select ID from doctor table, order by descending order, right? If you check like this, what is the last insert ID it will be checking of the doctor. Okay, so here still we haven't had any records yet. Okay, so this is the haven't had any records yet. Okay, first we have to add the record, it will be checking as a here select ID from doctor. Here select ID, here this ID, so we have to select the ID of the doctor. So here we have no records left. So here this ID order by descending order. If the primary key is string, don't use this method. Okay, string. Okay, so here, okay, so I just comment it, right? So we have don't need this one, right? So here you have check result set dot next, right? First you have write string selected ID result set dot get string one. One means this one. Okay, so after that you have write string split data, right? So split data. Okay, so the one means this one. Here we have to select as one. This one result set one means one. This ID you have to get it here. Split data. Here we have to write this. We have to split it like this. We have to split. We need to get the output like this. Doctor here. This format. I want the increment d dash one. So we have to split the data this one dash. So we have a split data. You have to write there a split. Split. You have to if you want to split something else in Java, there is a predefined method which is a split. Okay. After the string split, one means this the ID here field one. If you want to name, if you want to get it, it's a name two, right? So after the integer ID, he got here right like this. It is increment part, right? After add the record, it will be increment by one. First we have to insert the record d dash one. After that, when you try to insert the second record, it will be increment by one. It will be change it as two. After insert the record 2, doctor record 2, it will be increment by 1, it will be change it as 3, right? Likewise it's working, right? After that it will be written. Okay, written. The return means it goes to here. Right now this method I am call it here as the constructor. When the constructor is running, this method called, right? It's not wherever here select here, you have to, instead of surrounding this one, I'm going to write it here, add close here. Now this one also I have to write second one also. You have to import those two. Class not found option or SQL found option, right? So there here what you're going to do is we have to write it like this. So here, let's try out the system dot out dot println. Now we have run and check it, the doctor part, whether it's working or not. The console first you have check the console. So, doctor. Right. You need a try and catch block. Here D1, but it's working fine. Okay, there is no record left, so that we have to increment by D dash 1. This is the auto increment part we have set it. Perfect. It's running perfect. But we expected it's running perfect. I hope you guys you understood the things well. I'll see you in my next lecturing. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we saw the auto increment part of the doctor. We already saw, right? So in this class, I'm going to teach how to add the records. So this is a save button. Double click on this. Here, I'm going to add the record. So this is the double OP concept. So how to work with the double OP? So here, this is the doctor. We have a doctor DTO we have created, right? So here you can see the doctor detail. So you have to go here. Here's a doctor detail, right? So after that, we have created a right. So what you're going to do is here, right? So here this is doctor detail. Okay, this you have to record is we have set it to the this DTO format. So when you add the record, we have set it to the DTO format, right? So we have a what you're going to do is here. First you have to call to doctor DTO. You have to create a class doctor equal new doctor detail. Select this one, click on this, import this detail here. This one. After that, you have to open and close the bracket like this. Okay, right? You have to work like this, right? So let me check it. Right. So what you're going to do is after that, right? You have to implement the contract. Now here first what you are going to do is you have to implement the get and set method. Okay, you have to implement the get and set method, right? So how to implement it here? First one is a we have to write it. This is text box first name. So you have to write it here. Get the first name. ID should be auto increment. We no need a get text. We'll get the get text method. Or the second one should be the last name. So you'll get the last name dot get text. Third one should be the email. So email also you have to get it as a dot get text. After that, email you have set it as a lower case, right? So you have to write a lower case stream it. This is the efficient way to store the email address database dot to lowercase right? You write like this. So after that, we have another field which is a this gender, right? So this one should be the gender com gender. Copy this name dot get selected item dot bootstrap comma The final one should be the specialization of this txt specialization sp, that short form you write like this, dot get text, get text. That's it. That's the thing. You're right. So what is the problem? String cannot be converted as a gender type. Right. Gender type. What's the problem here? Yeah, it will be asked it. We have changed the order. That's the problem. You have to write gender type. You have to write the gender type. Combo box this name. Dot get selected item. We have to. This is not gender. This is gender type. So we have to write this gender type. Right. It's automatically it works. You have to select the change the order. So I have order. I have changed here. This order the database is there. Specialization gender here. The specialization and gender. Right. So you have to have changed the order. Had a problem with this here. So the here I have little bit changed. That is specialization gender. Right. Okay. So I have changed it like this. First name, last name, email, specialization, gender. Okay. I have changed it. Right. So it's come like this earlier. Right, so I just change it, cut off here, paste it over here. After that, again I am going to this all the line and get and set method. That's why I got some error. So you have to write select all, generate, generate, select all, none, generate. After that, you have to write get and set method, select all. Right, that's the thing you have to write. Okay, now what you're going to do is I'm going to add the data. Now, first I'm going to establish the database connection. So you have to go to this one connection object. You have to write it over here. After that, what you're going to do is you have to write the auto generated part. So you have to write string doctor ID. We already done the auto generated part. Get the ID over here in level last trigger the generated doctor ID. Copy it, paste it over here. Right. Now you have what you're going to do is here doctor ID. So sorry, we have to get out of this one, not here. Right. So yeah, it's not error. It asks to implement the try and catch. So you have to write sound of the try and catch here. Okay, we'll get those things. Little bit make easier. So the prepare statement. Okay, SQL right. To implement the SQL package, so prepare statement. PR you have to write PR. You have to write P. PST you have to write PST. You have to write connection. This connection object dot prepare statement. So you have to write that. So write insert code. Insert code you have to write this one. What are the columns here? First name, last name, email, specialization, gender. You have to write the same like this. Okay, here. First name, insert into doctor. So into doctor. Doctor, you have to write here. ID, comma, first name, comma, last name, comma, email, comma, specialization. But the same thing specialization. Here we have got specialization spelling. Go the field name. specialization. Right. After that, we have to write a nothing like gender. Gender. That's the thing. You have to write gender. Right. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. After that, what you're going to see a gender PST dot set string one. First one should be the this user ID. Generated doctor ID. Second one should be second is a this is a doctor dot get first name. This here. Second one is doctor dot last name. Third one is a you set all the fields, okay, here the as a construct, right? So third one should be this. Fourth one is a doctor get text email. Fourth one is a doctor get specialization. Fifth one is a doctor get you're right, get gender get gender dot you write a name. You write like this. You get a name mean we have a name we have to insert get gender, right? So that's how we have to have the record. So ID, first name, last name, email, and all the things, right? Now we'll be write that, write it over here. Int save equal the pass pst dot execute update. Let's call this method at the record. So write if save not equal 0 option pan dot show message dialog. So write this message I am going to give as recorded, right? Else failed. Right, that's it. That's the thing out, right? Now let's check it. John, Sam, John at gmail.com. Mail specialization as a something like cardiology, right? Something like click save button. I had a problem with the right here. We have to do one other thing is we haven't do it the values. That's the problem. Values the fifth one question mark, second, third, fourth, fifth question we have to write it over here. Now what you're going to say, another one is we have to make this one as a go over here, gender type. It's a male. This one's a female. Now you have to again going to run it. Okay, what's the problem? Here I ran into the problem with the enums. Enum cannot, you have to enum, you have to convert as a string. So this is a enum, so that a problem. So what you're going to do is, I have create one function private static gender type, right? It's a string. Okay, what is the argument are coming here? We have to convert them, right? Gender type. So you have to write gender type here. So gender type, you have to get the gender type, you have to get it equal ignore case string. It return as string. You have to convert them. After convert them, this one here we have set the string set selected gender type string here gender get items. After that, this get type equal this one. This method you have to call it. You have to put it over here. What's the value you have selected on the uh, combo box? It will be coming here, male or female. It will be convert as a string. If you call this here, it will convert as a string. This then you have to pass it here, the gender type. After you have called this convert value here. That's how you have working. So you have to insert the value. That's so not here. So doctor. Right. So yeah, I'm going to address Peter James Peter at gmail.com. It's a male or female. You write female. Specialization cardio. Right. Click save. Record edit. Right. You can see the edit record. Where here you can go here. The second record has been edited here. Right. Perfect. It's working perfect. Okay. The problem is there. Right. So here we have to what the things you have to do. This is the enum type. So that we have to convert as a enums type. The combo box which will be written as a string type. That's why I take the error. So we have to convert them in Java. So we can't directly convert. We have to convert. We have to make it as a one method, static method, gender type. Here gender type format you have to write here. So you have to write gender type you have to write like this is a format, right? Don't worry, this is all the source code I provide you. After that, what the data you have selected on the combo box, it will be assigned the variable here. This variable you have to pass it here, right? This variable you have to get it and store the data here. That's why, right? Perfect. I hope you guys understood the things well. Thank you for watching. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we talked about the doctor part. In this class, I'm going to teach about the patient part. The patient part also, here we have already, we have changed the name. First name, last name, email, we have gave the different names. Right, we have it's a combo box also we have to write CBO combo gender. Let's create a name like this. Right, we have given the name successfully. Now we have to create the registration part of here. Right, so registration part you have to do the patient registration part. So what you're going to do is patient registration part also we have a save button. We have a save button, right? So what you're going to do is you have to the same code, go to the doctor part, go to the source. We no need to write again by again. We already have a code. Just copy of this code doctor generated. Back to my patient source. You have to paste them. Here you have to convert as here. This one should be the patient ID. This one should be the patient ID. Patient ID. This connection we have to add it here. Import java.sql dot right. So here successfully we have a DB connection. You have to establish a package over here. Import a Java database. Here it is reside on the database DB connection. You have to establish the package right. All things are this one should be the patient. the patient table order by ID descending order, right? That's the thing here, right? So if you haven't confused, you have to open up the MySQL workbench, right? Right? You can install MySQL workbench or PHP XAMPP. That is your wish. Okay, both are same, right? It's not in my earlier tutorial also. I have done using the MySQL XAMPP, right? Okay, the database is the same database. Okay, that is we are using the web. This is the desktop one. Okay, the same thing, right? Whatever that is your choice, right? Apollo. Here, this one should be the patient. First name, last name, email, gender. Right here, write a patient. This one. This one will be check it. You have to generate this one, copy it, paste it inside the constructor of the class. When the constructor is initialized, the get return. Right now here you have to get this one as a try and catch block. That's the problem, right? So what's the problem? Accepted, right? Right, okay, right? That's problem is solved, right? Now let me check it. The patient, when you execute the patient table or the run it, run the project. So you have to select this one, run the file. We check it. Why what's the wrong? It will be not generating the patient. Select ID from patient table order by descending order. Let me check it. We have to copy it. By this okay. Your test like this, okay. The patient, patient. Spelling also correct. Is it correct? The spelling. Patient, right. From the patient, select ID. Whether I declare the ID or not. To check it. Yeah, yeah. Select ID from patient order by descending order. Why? What's the problem? It's the right. The problem is here. It's working. The problem is you have to handling the system dot out. You have to check it whether they're working or not. Println dot it's doctor. It's working. It's a I have ended a patient part. All right. Okay. It's working. The problem is here. We have to change it as this one as a P1. Okay. It's a P1. It's not a doctor. It's a patient. Okay. It's a patient one. So we have to as a page P1. Let's execute it again. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, it's working. Should be fine. Right. This is auto increment part of the patient. Okay. This is the auto increment part of the patient. You will be able to see. Right. The same code. Okay. I no need to explain again. But again, here's a select all from ID. The last insert ID. If the ID is not set at it is starting from P-1. Okay, so here result set you have to split, you have to create a split. Okay, split mean here P here we are splitted like this. Split here what's the I is coming. This one. You write like this P. Okay, you splitted. This is how we are split in Java. It's an efficient way to we have using the splitting in Java. Splitting concept we have using look like this way, right? Okay, right. You have to using this way, right? Now what you are going to do is we have done successfully. Right now what you are going to do is we have to go to the second part. So we have to insert the record. Since before insert the record you have to save that, right? So same code what you are going to just copy and paste it. The first one we have to convert them as a gender type. The patient also we have a gender type, right? We have gender type, we have to convert them. You have a method gender type, right? You have gender type, you have gender type string, right? Here you have to convert as gender type, right? Okay, so we have a why we are making the conversion of the gender type. Okay, in my last tutorial I am not explained deeply. Okay, so why we need to convert as a gender type, you have to make the here the gender type. In order to access the gender type, here this is gender type, you have to make it as inside the pack. We have created the package which is enum. Inside the enum we have created this enum enums. You have to create the enums. If you are using the enums, right, the enums you have to maintain with this one male and female. In order to using this one, it will be written as enums. Okay, it's a get type. But when you using the combo box, it will be not supported, it will be written as string. So since strings type, you have to convert as a string type, what you're going to do is we have to make it as a conversation part. What you're going to do is you have to make it as a method, static method get type, the get string type. So you have to write what's the value you are selecting, it will be converted. You have to write like this. Here ignore case, it will be converted as a string. These are things you have to use it, right? After that, what you're going to do is you have to go to the doctor part. The other things you have to copy it, we have to make it. So all the double OP concept, okay, it's not a, so double OP codes, right? If you have to save method, this is also the save button, you have to place it over here. It's not a, right, so you have to make it as a double OP, right? So we have to write this text, this one gender versus gender, we have to make it as here change variable, you have to make it as copied. This is not a patient, right? Patient, select a text, it's a patient, right? But the text you have selected over here, it's a gender type, you have to convert this gender type, right? Here this one should be there. It's coming as which TTO patient table. It consists of these are the fields of the patient TTO, right? The same fields over here, the same structure of the database table structure. You will be able to see it. First name, last name, gender, email, and gender. You can see here. I will make the uh, I have made the properties according to the database column, right? Okay, I have made the properties based on the database column, right? Okay, you have to observe that things as well. You must create the properties according to the database column, right? Now what you're going to do is we have done properly, right? So your first name, last name, email is same. This one should be specialization, we no need them. Okay, the specialization is not there in the patient table. Other things are same, but here it say error because it's not supported of this constructor, because this constructor is supported for where here. This is a constructor field, we have to support it, right? This constructor we have consist of what the fields you can see here. Email, after the email we have a get type. This one should be the patient detail. So you have to simply, instead of writing, you have to rename it, copy this one, you have to paste it over. Simple. Otherwise, if you have type it, that's no problem. You have to import the package. Import DTO, here patient DTO. Reside on the DTO patient DTO. If you import it, the error go away. That's it. Right. Here after that, we have to set the patient ID. Generate this one patient. Patient. You have to call this patient ID over here. So insert into patient, first name, last name, email, gender, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. But string generate ID. What's the problem? Doctor, it works. What's the problem? Right here, we don't need to call this one. We are called instead of here call directly, not here. This one we don't need them here to call it directly. That's the problem. Patient IDs. That's why that's the problem. Right here, we don't need them here. Okay, the specialization is no need the specialization part. right? We have this one should be the 5, field 5, right? You have to consider this for how many values are ID, first name, last name. These are 5 fields. These 5 fields set the 5 question mark 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, right? The same thing. So record error, others record fail, right? Everything perfect. We have set the perfect. Now let me check it whether it's working fine or not of the patient part. Right, let's run it. There's no error. So we have tried the patient Kishan Jim Kiss at gmail.com. Mail, hit save button, record error successfully. Now let's check on the database table. Right click, stores. Here it's working. It's adding perfectly well. Now we have to add another one here. Now it become P2. It auto increment is working successfully. Now again uh, Jim Kin at gmail.com, which is a female clicks recorded at. Now let's take it back to our database. The gender also working fine or not? Here it's successfully working. Here the auto increment part is successfully working. Right now here again we have to check it back. Here 3, it's working, right? It's working according what we expected. It's working the expected way, right? Expected way it is working. What's the result we are expecting? I hope you guys understood the things well. I'll see you in my next lecture. And thank you. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we have completed the patient part. In this class, I'm going to teach about the user part. Right now, what you're going to do, the user, I'm going to do the thing is just the user. The user creation, I'm going to do here is we have to make the right. So I need this one last name, gender, user creation, and role. So we have to make the role. Okay, so here what you're going to do is we have to make the role as well. So here user creation part, we have to go to the database. Database is MySQL workbench. So you have to open up the database. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Right now here it's a Apollo Hospital. This one, yes, this one should be the user. First name, last name, email, password, and role. So we no need the role. Email here, gender we no need the gender. Where gender also we are defined as a doctor and patient. So we no need the gender bar, right? So we need this field only, doctor or role. So here instead of doing the combo box, simply we have tried the radio button. It's a very best way to handle the program. You have to get the radio button from this palette. You have to get the radio button from the palette whereas radio here. You just drag and drop it, drag and drop it. So here we have to align correctly. After that, you have to write it here. Right here. Right. Now here what you're going to do is here I'm going to make it as a role doctor patient. That's it. Doctor or patient. We have to make the role as doctor or patient. Perfect. Right? We did the role successfully. Now what you're going to do is we done the doctor role, the role as well. So you have just select both, hold on the shift key down and right click properties. Here you have to font, you have little bit increase 14 with bold, click OK, right, perfect. Now we will be able to select, if you want to the patient, you will be able to select the patient. If it is a doctor, you will be able to select the doctor. You have to select the size. You have to make the selection, right. So you have to align successful, correct it, right. Perfect, right. Now what you're going to do is after that, we have to make the code part. You have to go to the code part. This is the save button. So that here you have to make it as RB doctor. This one change the right click, RB patient. Double click on this save button. So what you're going to see here, the same thing, you have to go to the patient. Yes, the patient is a patient. So the patient, the patient table, the same thing. You have to auto increment part. You have to set it over here as well. Here also we have the user. Also you have to set the auto increment part. Right. So here we have to set the auto increment part. Here the last insert ID one split. Here have to make it as this one P. And user U. Here also U. You have to set it as a U. Right. This is the generate the user ID. User ID. The user ID. Right. So what's the problem? Right. The user ID. And close bracket. I want to put the close bracket here. That's a problem, right? Now what you're going to see of this user ID, you have to copy this. You have to write the table ID from user table. So user table. So user table here. So user table. Right, user table ID. Right. So make sure the table, right? So this one you have just copy this ID, you paste it over here. Select this one. Triangle H block. Generated successfully here also the problem. Again you select. You have to paste it. So you have to make it as a try and catch this one, block it. Right, perfect. Right, so the perfect, you have done it. Now what I'm going to do is you have done the successfully that stuff. After that, what you're going to do is we have to add the insert code. Right, so you have to add the insert code. So this is the button where we have to add the insert code. Right, so what you're going to do is the same thing, go to the patient. So here we ask the patient, this is a patient. The same thing, you have just copy it. Go back to the user, you paste them, right? We no need to write again. You have to change it as according to the user DTO. That's a user DTO. This is user DTO. We have passed all this field. We have set it over here, right? Same thing. We have to do it here as well. Okay, which is one? You set the user DTO. User DTO. User DTO. Right? Select this one. Import. Right now here we have tried what are the things we need? User first name, last name, email, doctor and patient, right? First name, last name, email. Here we have set the email and I think so email here you haven't set the password. You haven't here set the password field yet, right? The password also we need. Email password. You just copy this, control C, copy, control V, paste here. This one should be the password. Password is must, right? The user password. You have a no need to you have to set the password text field from the list. This is a password field. You have just drag and drop it. This is important field for us, right? So you have to select this one, right click, change variable, txt, password, right click, edit text, backspace to delete the existing items, right, perfect. Now what you're going to do is, you done so far well. Back to my source, I'm going to go to do the program for email. After that we have to generate a password. Email, email password, right. Password, in order to generate the password, we have to make the security, right. The util package, we have to make the security. So we have to go to this jar file, you have to download jar file for this one, right here, j4inx, this jar. Okay, you have to get this one. Okay, here, this is the library, you have to download them. So I already download that, so that I no need to download again. So you have to download them, that is must, right. When you configure in the project, that is must, right. You have to download them. It goes to the respective jar website and you have download here. You have to click and download it. Here this is jar 70, here this one, right. I already downloaded, right. I have to get them into my project, right. In util package. So right click, so you have to get them here, right. So here, sorry, here the jar file. So here libraries, this library, you have to, we already have the MySQL. So you have to add the another library, which is a, I'm going to enable the password security field for that, right. So password security field, you have to enable, you have to add the jar file. So jar file, you have to enable this jar file as well. So you go to the respective, you have tried bycrypt jar download. Here you can get the jar file in the respective website. You can download and put into your project, right. The jar file as well, right. So I already downloaded, I have to adapt it to library. It's not to, it's not jar, right. So you have got select the libraries folder. So libraries folder, add jar folder, I already downloaded. You have to download them. Jar file, here this one, right. Here this file, if you are if you want downloaded this one, it is coming like this here. You have to get, you have to put into your project here, right. After that, what you're going to do is, you have to edit the password field, enums, the utils, select here Java class. You have to write the password config. The password config, you have to add this line. So you have to, I will show you this line. You have to add it. Public string encrypt. Here this one string return bcrypt hash password. You have to add, enable this one. You have to add the classes also, this one. Import this, right. So this library you have to enable to get the security. Okay, so here what is the password your text coming here? It make it as a decrypt format. What is the password you type on the text field? It is written here. It is a 10. It's 10 time, it will be security. Make a security part. Get the, do the security. It will be decrypted here. So that it is a, make a security part of the configuration part. Okay, you have to make it as here. Right. After done the security part, what you're going to do is, you have to call it here new password config. Right. Password config dot, this one password config dot. You have to write a new password config. What is the thing? It asks to import the package. That's why, right? Dot the encrypt. Here you have to make it as a txt password dot get text. Get text. That's the thing. Have to write get text. Comma. We have a radio buttons as well. We have a radio buttons. We have to make the if and else condition. So we have to write, make it as simply. I've done it here. This one should be the only one condition with enough. You have to write here RB doctor dot is selected. Is selected. This is a radio button. So it's a if and else. Okay. Account type. There is account type. You have to make it as account type. Is a enum. So the account type. Write account type. You write account type. Doctor. Why it's not coming? Name you have to, correct name you have to put it here. Doctor, patient. The doctor or patient. Patient. Right, you have to write it here. What is it? You have to write it here. Import the enums. That's it. Here it's working. That's the thing. You have to write it over here. Right. So after done the stuff, you open and close bracket. Right, here's a close bracket here. You have did the close bracket over here. Right. We don't need a close bracket here. Right. We have did the things well. Okay. User. What a user dot. Right. Now what you are going to do is we have user table name. You write like this, right? Here what you are going to do is after that we have to put into here. Insert into which table I'm going to store the record. I'm going to insert the record into which table? User table. Insert into user. Right. ID is a generate ID. Auto ID as ID. This ID. Right. First name, last name, email. This one should be there. What's the things? We have to write it here. Email, password, comma, role. Okay, password role. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6. We need a 6 1 6. This one should be the user first name, get last name, email. After that, what you're going to see after the email, the password. So password field also you copy and paste it over here. User. So password also you have to implement as a get username and password. Right? Get password. User get password. After that, what you're going to the final one should be there is selected. So select .video button also. But thing is selected. So account type. So you have to write dot. You have to write a dot get account type. Account type. Dot you have to make it as a name. That's the thing you have to write it over here. That's it. The things you have to write it here. This one we don't need them. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. So the other things are same. Record added. Everything look fine. Is there any error? No. It's indicated. Now let's check it back. It's working fine or not. Rajesh Ravi rj@gmail.com. Password 1234. It's a doctor. Save, hit save button. One error. What the error? Right. SQL connection. No value specified for parameter 6 mean if they get any error, you must try to solve it. Here what the problem is here. You can see here. This is the 6. I have gave the 5. But this understand 1 2 3 4 3 6. Here also 6 question mark left. Right. Okay, you have to understand what you get the error you are getting. Rajesh Ravi r@gmail.com. Password, sorry, not this. User Rajesh Ravi r@gmail.com. Password 123. I just put it 123 doctor. Save. Here recorded as successfully. Now let's back to here. Check it back. User select role. Here it's working perfectly well. Here you can see here the auto increment part is useful. The first name last name here. Your hash password is here. You have successfully working. Right. Now I'm going to make another record. So I want to make another record. So I have to make it. First name John. Second name James. Email address j@gmail.com. User password I just whatever password. It's a patient. Hit save button. Recorded that. Now let's back it and check it. Here is this time it's a patient. Here it's working successfully well, right? So you have to do the things well. I hope you guys understand things well. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the users. In this video, I'm going to make the login part using the WP. So here first, I'm going to make the utility. So that utility, I'm going to make it as one thing which is a cookie. So the selected user we have to select as a cookie. So we have to write it here as this one as a cookie. That is an efficient way to do the programming. So the cookie class we have to implement that. You have to write here public static select DTO. This select DTO here we have here the data is coming via the DTO format. So here selected user you have to write it here as a selected user. Whatever you can write. So the users whatever. Right, this name, right? That's the thing you have to write. Okay, right? Here we have defined the user, which user you are going to select, whether doctor or patient, right? So this code we are implement the purpose of the selected user for selected cookie. This of the we are creating the efficient programming, right? So after that, what you are going to do is we have done the cookie part well. Let's make the login form. So go to the view, new JFrame form. Here we have to make the login. The login, what you're going to do is you have to make the you have to write this one should be you have to write as a login username email so you have to write here if you are editing you have to write put it as here login. Drag the label, make it as login, right click properties, make it as white, pick the font size little bit bigger with bold 24. Okay, close it. This email, control C to copy, control V to paste it. This one should be the password. After that, you have to type the role. Control C to copy, Control V to paste it. This one should be the role. First text box you have to write it here. This one should be properties. Here you have to make the font size little bit bigger, 14 and bold. This one you have to right click, edit text backspace, look at the exit set. Text what you're going to see. This one, change text, txt, email. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. This one should be the password. Third one should be the role. Drag the radio button. So doctor. For doctor. Copy, paste it here. This one should be the patient, doctor or patient. You have to make it as patient. This is a login. This is a login. Select this one, right click properties, code generate center, right? You have to generate this one, you have to make it as control F. Go to the source, control F. You have to make this one UI design as, you have to make it as UI metal, right? Now let's run the login form, right? It's working perfectly well. Now here what you're going to do is, now you will be able to select the user or patient, right? So you have to select the doctor or patient. You will be able to select, right? It will be login. The user, the role you are selected, based on the role, it will be login, right? So first what you're going to do is, double click the login button. Hereby what you're going to do is, we have to, this same code, I have written the code, I will be explained, don't worry. This code is a professional code I have written. So you can see here, right? So the account type, so you have to implement the account type. So that's not error. So the radio button, what's the name I have written? RB doctor. You name it as RB doctor. This one should be named as RB patient. Patient. Connection. This connection class you have right here. Here right implement the package. Import Java dot SQL dot implement the package. You have to cookie here. This implement this class, cookie class. The DTO, and you enter the utility. We have a cookie. The password configuration, we have a utility here. Password configure all the things, right? This class we have to implement it. I don't know this course code I provide, right? Now first what you are going to do, I have first we are starting from the checkbox. But first this text box we have to check it whether the email and password you are typing correct or not, right? The user you are registered, you are enter the username and password correct or not. If you are doctor or patient, right? So and you have to select the role, you have to check it. So you have to, here you have to write check it, the three things here, right? Here if the user select as doctor or patient, right? So the account type, we have to call the account type. So here you have to type doctor or patient, right? You have to enums, you have to return separate enums. You have checking by the doctor or patient. That's why you implemented this code. I hope you have to understand the things well. Okay, so far. Okay, the email and password we have to, what is the username and password you entered over here. It will be passed into this email and password variable. After that, account type. What is the account type you are selected here? It will be passing to this account type object, right? After that, you have to establish the database connection. We already done this database connection over here. The DB database connection. We have to call it here. You have to check it. Prepare statement. First, if you have to write the prepare statement, check it. Select all from the user via email and role. So email and role. So here the user table, you go the user table, you have to check it. User table, email and role. Only they are checking email and role. What is the email you are enter belongs to that role. It will be if you enter the email and role, it according to the user will be selected, right? according to the user will be selected, right? So the email, what's the email you entered, what's the password, right? Your password it will be checking later on. Here's the role, it will be checking the role. Here role, you have to call this role, account type you have to call it here, right? It will be checking, right, the user table. After that, here if the email and password you entered is email and password, before you are checking the password you have right here, first you are checking the email and the user type, whether it is a doctor, you enter the doctor email and password. Imagine you enter the doctor email and password. After it go to the cookie, it's selected, it's goes, the cookie will be, okay, this is a cookie, which one is a, we have to return the user DTO. User DTO is a part. Here you can go here, it will be setting this setting. It's a constructor which will be email, pass, email, all the things, right? So here, what I did here is, you can see here, it will be go to the DTO and set first name, last name, email, and password, account type. It will be checking the users things here, right, in cookie, right? After that, it will be checking whether the what is the password you are entered on this text field here. This password is taken here. It will be decrypted here. The password you have decrypted and check it, because it's we are storing the password as here, this one as a encrypt. So we have to check whether this password is correct or not. We have a function of the here we already create the function password config. This password config, when you check it, we have to decrypt and check it, then only we will be getting the okay, we have decrypt and check it. So we have to the password, we decrypt and check it. Or the account type equal, if it is a patient, you have to go to the patient table and check where the email, right? Say email ID, enter the email ID. If the patient, you check it, which email ID is coming, it's checking whether it is doctor or patient, right? If it is a coming the patient, it will be, this one should be executed. If the email is coming via the doctor, this email is working doctor success, right? It will be login as a doctor success. Okay, what is the password you are entered here? So here now let's check it. So here here this is a user, I am logging as a, this one's a Peter, right? This doctor I have registered as a, here Peter has already registered here, peter@gmail.com, right? Okay, so this user here also there, so I have enter. So let me check it, right? The password I haven't give the gave 123. So let me check it whether it's working fine or not. So let's right click the login. First you have write the wrong username and password, you have write it, login, wrong, it will be telling as a wrong. If you enter the peter@gmail.com, password is your type, you have write here encrypt one, I just keep here, login, here doctor success. So here this is small problem, it's working, but it's not a, this is not an efficient way. So you have to, instead of this text field, you have to get them as a password text field. This is the efficient way to include the password text, right? So this one should be the, what's the character you have to do it, right, 18. So this, that one also you have to make as 18 with bold, right, 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 perfect. Now you have done the work perfect. Now let's check it whether it's working fine or not. What's error? Sorry, we have txt password, that we have a code, we have to write here password, right? Now let me check it, peter@gmail.com, password 123. So what is the problem? peter@gmail.com password, sorry, we haven't checked the row here. So if you are check it as a patient, it's wrong, right? It's a patient is wrong. Now let's check the patient as well. First patient we have created as a ABC, the patient name, BBC, just something like that. Right here, right? ABC@gmail.com. So you have write a, normally you have to create the name also. Steve, BBC, you have named this Steve@gmail.com. It's a patient, it's a mail. Okay, this is a patient email, right? Save, record save successfully. I'm going to go to the use table. Here also I'm going to register Steve, maybe something like that. Email also steve@gmail.com. Password here also we are going to set the password, right? Set the password, which is a patient. Click save button. Now we are going to log in the user. You can observe here now this time. Sir, steve@gmail.com. Password I entered here. If it is a doctor, wrong. If you select as a patient, patient success. Now you have a good understanding, right? This is how we have setting up the efficient way to do the programming. This is the way we have to do the efficient way to do the programming. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. If you love my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach about the new appointment, right? So how to make the appointment. In our last video, we done the user login part. This video, I'm going to teach about the new appointment form. Right click new. I'm going to make a form, which is an appointment. New appointment. You write new appointment. New appointment. Appointment. Right. Finish. The first part you are going to design the form. Right. So here I'm going to drag one panel. This panel. Inside this panel, I'm going to right click new. Here we have to set the foreground color, which is a blue. Sorry, not a foreground, background color. We have set it. Background color over here. You have try this. Right, perfect. Now here I'm going to make the text label appointment. Select this one. Properties, font, bold, 36. Of 24. We will select as 24. Right click. Here select this one. Foreground color, you have to make it as blue. Now here you have to write the panel. Select this one, properties, border, label you have to write date, properties, copy paste it. This one, time, as a doctor, we need another field which is a doctor. After that I'm going to make another field, copy and paste it. This one is the patient. Right. Now here you have to drag the dates. So I'm going to drag the dates. And if you want, you can download the date picker. So you can download the date plugin from internet. So it's there. So here you choose where's the date chooser here. It's there. Defaultly come here, right here. It's there. Right. We have to get this one. So date, right? After that, date, colon, the time, date choose the times there now, right? Okay, so after that we have another one, which is a text field for set the time, doctor date and time, new appointment. Here we need two combo boxes for select the doctor and patient. Copy and paste it. This one should be our patient. Here this one should be our save. We have button which is save. Right. Now select this one properties. You make it as this one little bit bigger for 24 with, along with bold. Right. Perfect. Now we have designed the form successfully. Now first what you're going to do is combo box. We have to load the doctor. So we have to load the doctor. So let's do the things. Right. This one. I'm going to make this one as a txt date. This one txt time. This one cbo combo doctor. This one cbo patient. That's it. That's the field you have right. So you select this doctor field. Here is model. Select all. Delete. Press enter key. Here patient order select here. Select all. Delete. Right. You have to keep empty. Here we have to load the data from the database. Right. So how to do things? Let's go to the source. We have to make the function. Now what you're going to do is you have to go to the combo box. Right click. Properties. Go to the code. Here the type string. This one we have to remove it. Then same thing here also, doctor also you have to go and remove it. Okay, so the doctor also you have to remove it. Select this, properties, code, you have to go to and remove it. I just remove it, so that's why it's not showing, right? You have to remove them. After that only you have to write this code, right? I have to explain it. So here, what I'm did here is, I want to display the doctor ID along with the doctor name. Both are you have to display, right? Doctor ID along with the doctor name, right? So here, right. So what I did here, what I did here is here we are right here. We have to create the one class doctor item string IDs both are string. So here we have to write the doctor item. We have simple constructor. So after that we have to make the string. So here instead of the ID, when you select the record, we have to select the respective doctor. After add the doctor, the respective ID should be added. So that we have to do like this, right? So after that, here is a doctor. How to load the doctor? So here, open and close it. Here we have to establish a database connection, right? After prepare same, select ID first name last name from doctor table. You have to load the doctor details. So here result set, right? We have to load the doctor and the load the doctor details. We have to pass into the where the combo box. So combo box add item. You have to the new doctor. This one your class you have to call it rs1 in this one the two. The first name, you have to write the ID after that first name. You have to get them right. So yeah, you will be able to check it. So where the database. Here the Peter and AS. These are two doctors are there. Now I want to run the application. You just copy this, paste on this here, right? The simple code. First you have to create the class as one constructor. After that, this is the simple method to view the doctor, right? This method we have to call it to the constructor when the constructor is loaded. So right click, run it, new appointment here. You can see here, doctor details is loaded successfully. Now this one, I want to make it Yeah, simple. Right. Now here what I'm going to do is select this form, go to source, Control F, UI, method. Here you will be able to see that you will be able to select the doctor. You will be able to select the doctor. Right. Perfect. Now you have an idea. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to display the doctor, right? So you can see that if you execute the program, you will be able to see the doctor details will be loaded to the combo box. Now I want to load the patient details. So what you're going to do is go back to our source code. Here we have to copy this doctor function, paste it below. This one make it as patient, right? Patient. Here also we have to select all from patient. One thing you have to differently, so only the things you have to change to the patient table. So here the patient table, here have to write the patient also, we have to write the same method. I just copy it, paste it below, patient item. This also you have to make it as patient item. The remaining thing, all the things are keep as it is. ID name, right? That's the thing you have to write. Okay, so okay, this one should be the patient. This combo box we are called as patient. Now here, let's run the program and check. We have to call the patient, copy this, paste inside this constructor, execute the program, not this, new assignment. Here, both are displayed successfully. Doctor and patient both are displayed successfully, right? Now let's see the save part. Hi, now what you're going to see, we have displayed the doctor and patient successfully. Now here what you're going to do is I have to add the details in the database. So we are going to save button. First, what you're going to do is we have to this all the data we have to assign the respective variable. So here first one should be the date and time and doctor. So first what you are going to do is you have to write string date equal txt date dot you have to write get string format dot to string, right? So okay, second one string time equal txt time dot get text. Third one doctor and patient. Now what you are going to do is we have to implement two items here over here. Doctor, get them here. Another one is a patient item. Doctor item, patient item. D doctor, P patient. Okay, we have to write the same thing. You have to cast it over here as well. Here also cast it. This one should be our text box, which name is CBO doctor. Another one is a patient is a CBO patient. You are declaring like this. Now you have to add the record into the database, right? So first what you are going to do is after that You write the insert query. So write the insert query. So first what you are going to do is here, code the doctor. What's the insert code we have to wrote? So this is the code we have wrote the insert code, right? So I am going to copy this code, same insert code, copy it back to here, new appointment. You have to paste them. Only the things you have to write it here. We have to, for the connection, right here we have to implement the try and catch block. That's the problem, right? So try and catch, you have to implement the try and catch block. These are all things we have to put into inside the try and catch block. Okay, cut this, or fix it. Okay, we don't need them, remove them, right? So second one is a these all things we have set it here, right? After that we have to write the prepare statement. First insert into which this one should be, what is the things, appointment. So insert into, we have to open up a MySQL workbench. Root 1 2 3. Here we have write we haven't created the table yet, so we have to create the table, create a new table which is a appointment. The same thing, appointment, you have to write the appointment table. It has ID, it's the appointment ID, primary key, date, time, date, time. Another things you have to get them is here, date, time, patient, doctor ID, patient ID, right? You are right here. These all things I have to make it as something in the workshop, right? You have to save all. Okay, perfect, right? We haven't to set the this one. I had to make it as a auto ID, so we have to alternate this one, that you have to auto number increment. So you have to auto increment. This is how we have field, we have set it as auto increment, that is that field, right? Now what you're going to do is here, I'm going to go here. What you're going to do is this one I got appointment. So appointment ID, is a date, time. This one should be our third field. What is field? Patient ID. Sorry, we have a wrongly. We have a date, time, date, time, doctor ID, patient ID. Yeah, 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Get rid of this another question mark. That first one should be the date. This one should be the right set date. Date dot. Out of the second field we have set it later here. Second one is a time. Third one is a this. Doctor field, you have to get this one as a dot. You have to get ID. Instead of the name, you have to type as ID, doctor ID. This is the second one is a, you have to write a, this one you have to call it as a patient also. Patient also you have to write, instead of the patient name, you have to edit as ID. Other fields we don't need them. We have 4 fields. Right now let's do the date part. I have issue with the date, so you have to write it like this. You have to call this class simple date format. You have to create the object date format, new simple date format. I have to, this is the format I have to register the my date, right? After that you have to create the variable date format, this date format, this dot format, dot, there is a property called dot format here, dot format. Here, what's the text box name? That is a text date. You have to write like this. This is the efficient way to write the date. Okay, this date we have to write it over here. Now there are go away. Okay, so this one should be the set string. That's it. We have to make the date as a string type. Now let's check it whether it's working fine or not. Okay, now let's check it. Get the date, today date, time 7 p.m. with Dr. Peter, patient Kishan. Click save button, recorded. Right, record successfully. Now let's back to your appointment. It's working perfectly well. Here, the doctor ID, it's a patient ID. It's working perfectly well, right? So I hope you guys you understood things well. Right here, it's working perfectly well, right? I will see you in my next lecturing time. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last video, we saw the how to make the new appointment form. In this video, I'm going to teach about the uh, appointment list. So you have to write the appointment list. So here that also the must, right? So here we have to make the this one only we have put it only the save part only. We have to make the edit and delete all the things we have to do it of this form, right? So here I'm going to go to click the view part. Here I'm going to make it as a another form which is a sort of form is appointment. Appointment. Right. This is not a form. This is a table. We have to make the table. And this table, you right here. I'm going to drag one panel. Properties. So background color I'm going to make it as a blue. Drag one label. This label I'm going to make it as appointment. Select this one properties. Font bold 36. After that, drag one panel. Oh, here. This panel, select this one properties. You have to make the border little bit. This one bevel border, make it as. Here I'm drag one J table. So drag it like this. Right. Now this table, right click, and table content columns. Here we have to specify the columns ID, patient, date and time, and amount. That's the amount he paid. Check date, check state, check state. Okay, so here, right. So these are the things you have to check it, right? Okay, so here we need to add another things here. Day, patient, date, and time, and amount. We have to add the additional one is check state, check state, right? So if you want to add the doctor as a doctor, also we have to add the doctor, right? Okay, you have to move up. Doctor is here. Patient, doctor, right? What's the doctor he meet? The checklist, all things are you have make the column, right? So here this is the column, right? So here we have to whether this column I want to do the another thing simple mistake I have made it. So here what you're going to do is we have to make it as simply back to my project MySQL workbench. So you have to open up the MySQL workbench. I have to add another one is a check state. Its default we have put as a false, right? So we have to do some modification everything, right? So here the final step, right? So here, right? So the doctor section, right? So okay, this one is my project here. It's a appointment. So I'm going to make this column alter. I want to make the alter. Right click. So I want to make this as here. This field. Select here. Select the table. Right click. Here I want to make the modification to alter table. Alter table. I need another things here. This is a checklist. Check state. Right. Check state we have a true or false. Right here we have to set the tiny int. Tiny you set is tiny. Otherwise I can write it here varchar as well. No problem. Right here make this apply here. That it will be applied successfully here, right? So this column has been created successfully. Now what you're going to do is I'm going back here. Go to my now here what you're going to say appointment. So here the appointment form we have to make the changes, right? So here new appointment. Here we have to add another additional column which is checklist. Date, time, doctor ID, patient ID, check state. This one also you have to go to here. After the patient ID, you write check state. Check state. Right, you write a check state. You have to small mistake of this while creating the database. Okay, so here not like this. You have to write it here. Again, I'm going to make a Volta table. Here we have to change the option to make it as, right, this is how we have to write it. The space not allowed, right, successfully. Right here it's making successfully. If you make the changes, you have to write, select the column, you have to write alt option. Right, it makes it that option will be make your column editable, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Right. After that, we have to write the last column, we have to make it as a fifth one, false. The default come as false, you have to make it as false, right? Sorry, you have to default come as, you have to write as false, this one. Right, like this, false. Right, the string we have to set it as a false. This default you have to write as false, this one. Okay, right, now new appointment. Now here this one, I'm going to today date, time 4 p.m. Doctor and Kishan, the patient. Click recorded successfully. Now bring back to my application and check it. Here it's working. Here it's working. Right, it's working successfully. Its default come as false, right? So default we have to, after check the doctor, we have completed, right? You have to make it as a complete one, right? So that's the thing, you have to write it over here. We have to make one field over here, right? We have to drop down the table and all, right? So that's things I'll be teaching my next video. Thank you for watching. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we designed the form. Okay, so here I have I have created one column which is amount. I have get rid of this line. So here, how to remove the column? Here is go and click on that column and click delete. That's how I remove that amount. Amount is not, I have assigned it here. So here first what you are going to do is, here we have to design like this. So here we have to, another one, we have to do it here. We have to, right. Now here I'm going to add it here as the label, which is a doctor ID. Right, doctor ID. Select this doctor ID, properties. Click on this, bold, 18 characters, right. Now here I want to drag one text field. This text field I am going to 18 along with bold, right. Select this one, right click, edit text, get rid of this exists inside. Here I have write txt doctor ID, right. Out of here we have one button, we need a one button which is a search. Right, click on this search button, right click, properties, click on this, bold, 14 characters, click OK. Right, now I need to combo box, I need to radio buttons in order to do the things. Here click on this. Here first we have a radio button. This one you have to make it as pending appointment, right? Pending appointment. Another one is a complete appointment. Same thing, Control C, copy, Control V to paste here. This one you have to call it as complete appointment, completed. We have two options, right? So select both, right click, properties. We have to make a font little bit bigger at 14, right? It would be fine. 14, I need a bold as well. Perfect, right? It's a perfect, right? You can see it. You can check it whether it's complete, appointment is completed or pending, right? You have set like this, right? What is the doctor ID you are selected here, entered here, and click on search button. The according to the doctor ID you are entered here, the record will be displayed below. Right. After that, you have to enter. You will be able to filter the record. You will be able to enter the doctor ID and select the option which is a pending or complete. We will be able to search the record by the selected the option pending or complete. Right. You can check it. Right. So here, what you're going to double click the search button. So I want to first paste this code. Right. I already written. Don't worry, I'll be explain it. Right. If I return and explain, don't worry. If you have to explain it, it take too much of complete the project. Right. That's why I have written like this here. This is the code I just copied, paste it above here. Right. Sorry, not here. We have a problem. Right. We have you have to paste it, not a button, not but this button. You have to paste it above here. Copy it, you have to paste it here. Right. Okay. Now what you're going to do is your doctor ID. So you have to write doctor ID. What's the name? You have to give a doctor this one. Copy it, you have to paste it over here. Right. This one you have to copy this name I'm going to give as change variable RBN bending. They right. The second name you have to give as RPN complete. Completed. These two names you have given. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to explain. Right. So what you're going to do is this button, you have this called this function. I'm going to put it here. This button. Right. Now I'll be explain the code. Right. Now here you can see here what I did here is I have created the SQL variable first. Right. SQL variable. After that we have in order to filter data using populate the data using JTable. There is a model which is a default table model. We have to create the object df. Right. After that we have to create the function which is a table. The function is open, close it here. Right. After that what I did here is here what is the doctor ID you are selected and searching. Right. So if you are going to look at the doctor IDs first, I'm going to open the MySQL workbench. Right. So we have a doctor. So we have a what are the doctors IDs? Right. So we will be able to check it. Right. So there are so many doctors IDs there. So we check it. Road this 1, 2, 3. Right. Right here, doctor. This is a doctor ID D00 D00. Appointment. What is the appointment? Only 2 doctors we have to do it. Here, this is the appointment. Right. So true and false. I have to do it. Right. Now what you're going to do is here. Right. So here, first what I did here is here first what is the doctor ID you are put it here. D01 mean it will be assigned to this variable. After that we have a 3 SQL variable. We have a 3 different queries we have written. Right. First one should be what is the doctor ID you are entered here. Based on the patient ID, the doctor, the date, time, check state whether the appointment is completed or still pending. All the details should be we have to view. So how to write the SQL query here? You will be able to observe this. We have to join the 2 tables, which is a patient table and appointment table. 2 tables we have to join. So how to join here? You can see a dot asterisk mean it is nothing but we have to get the appointment table. We have to get all the details. So you write there instead of typing you write dot asterisk. You have to able to get all the details. After that we have a p mean is p dot first name it is nothing but the patient. It is nothing but the patient. So patient first name last name. You have to get it. First name p dot first name p dot last name. From appointment name we have to join 2 tables. Appointment mean we have to call the letter A. Join patient mean we have to call the letter P. So patient data we have to call P1. We have to set a P. Right, the P. Appointment we have to set as A. So A. A we have all the data. If you want to get all the data, you have to asterisk. If you want to get patient data also all P dot asterisk. Right. So join, we have to join these two tables, right? This table on, right? We are how to join. We have a a because appointment table there is a doctor ID. What's the doctor ID you are typing? Here appointment table there is a doctor ID. The doctor ID, right? So after that, and the patient table, the patient here how to join here this, right? Here we have a join appointment table and patient table. So how to join? So appointment table we have a patient ID, right? Patient table we have ID. This ID goes to appointment table, which is a foreign key, in order to make the relationship. That's how we have patient table ID, appointment table, patient ID, right? So these are we have joined two tables, right, in order to get the data, right? So we have what is the doctor ID you are typing, based on the result should be displayed, right? So after that, what I did here is we have a two option. So if you are write the doctor ID, just enter search, both both records will be displayed, pending and complete. So I want to get the record only pending. So we have a radio button. At the radio button, we are name it as RPN pending. If it is selected, if this button has been selected, here we have write first name, last name, appointment number, doctor. We have a check state true, true and false. We are setting here. You can see here, check state true and false. We are setting here. So the true and false record will be displayed, right? The true, right? If it is false, mean it's still bending. Right here, if it is bending, mean it's false. If it is true, mean the patient appointment has been completed. So we have a two option. This is the efficient way we have to write. Okay, so this same thing, doctor ID, we have to check another one. Here only we have only condition we have checking. Here I have checked two conditions. First the doctor ID along with the check state. Check state also true or false. If it is false, the based on the record will be coming from the database, right? If it is true, based on the record will be coming from the database. That is the two options we have put it here, right? And we have used and operator, right? So this how we have works. Right? Don't worry, this code the source code I provide you, right? After that, we have to make the database connection, right? After that, we have to establish the database connection, the connectivity. After the prepare statement, we have to check the corrects. Okay, whether if you are only enter the doctor ID only search, the based on the record will be coming. Otherwise, if you are click on this options based on the this SQL, query will be working coming here, right? After that, this one. This is the prepare statement. What is the doctor ID you entered here? This ID will be goes to where, the doctor ID is goes to where, this is the question mark it goes to, and check it. Right, it's executed based on the record you will be getting. Result set metadata will be the things which is all the data will be put into which data table. So yeah, data table we have object we have created DC, right? So we have to write this one, do DC, right? So we have to count all the columns, you have to create the variables, right? After the while loop. Inside the while loop, you have to create the vector class v2, right? So what are the columns it is there? It will be one by one, it will be printing, right? These are ID first, patient ID, doctor ID, date and time and checklist. These are the records we have here. It's coming here, appointment table, right? So that's all things we have get it here, right? So the simple stuff we have done it here. I hope you guys you understood things well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. If you love my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching. Hi, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we have shown the appointment part, right? So how to do the option, right? If it is bending record will be shown. If it is completed record will be shown based on the doctor ID. So in this class, I'm going to create the main menu. So here you have to create the main. Here we have to include the buttons, right? So here the simple button. So to drag one panel. Yeah, this one you have to select this one, right click properties, codes center. Again you have to go to the source, control F, UI, you have to metal, you have to make it as metal. Button first one is a doctor. Second copy and paste it. Patient. Third one, get them here as appointment. Month. Here, fourth one, you have to create a new appointment. Fifth button, I'm going to get it. This one as a exit. Right. So this is a simple one. You have to make the system. Right. So this is a main form. Right. So you have a, if you want to make the heading, so you have to all the things you have to put in the heading as well. I'm going to make simple heading here. This one, this panel. I'm going to make another panel. This panel. Border. Sorry. Background color. You have to set it as blue. Right. So here this panel. This is one panel. This second panel. Right. This one should be the main. So you drag one label. This one make it as my main. 24 bold. From main. Right. That's it. That's the thing you have to edit. Right. So doctor, you have to go to the doctor's part. So double click on this button. This button I will make it as doctor D equal new doctor Sarah still must declaring the through option or try and catch it right. Doctor, right? So you have to write doctor is a doctor, right? Doctor D dot set visible to set visible, you have to make it as true. To the doctor fit, right? Okay, right. So now after that you have to write this dot, right? You have to make this one, right? The same thing. I just copy this. Second one is a patient, the patient, right? So there's my main. Here also the patient, also the patient as a patient. Here also put it here. This is make it as patient. That's patient, right? After that, third one is a new appointment. So your new appointment. So this is a new appointment. So this new appointment. This class. Right, new appointment. N equal new appointment. n dot row. So appointment right. The final stuff is this one should be the exit. So here I write system dot exist without the zero. The entire system has been exist. Right, this is the main menu. Right, so you have write it here. Select this one. Run administrator. Here you have to click on this doctor. It will open up the doctor. Right, it's working. But here we need a cancel form as well. So we have to need a cancel form as cancel button as well here. We need a cancel form. So where's the doctor? Here also we need one cancel form, cancel button. So if it is cancel, it goes to the main form as well. Right? So that's the thing you have to do it, right? Doctor, patient, and first we have to start the project with login. So if the login success, it goes to where instead of the patient success and doctor success, we have to go main menu. So what the thing is do it? This one you have right main menu. So main create a variable name equal main. You have right main dot set visible true. The current form which is a this dot set visible, so this dot set visible false. The current form we need to false. So here let's run it again. Login button wrong. So patient you have to Kishan. So doctor is a patient. What's the let me check it. Some record. Peter, right? Peter at gmail.com. Right, so where's the user? You have to try the user. Right. Here this one. Peter as a Peter. It's a doctor. Right. So that Peter, the email, sorry, doctor, login success. So it's a so we have right. We didn't put it this one as doctor as well. So start the form. You have to select as this one. You have to select this one. Peter. Doctor. That's a problem. Wow, I had a problem with the password. Sometimes I forgot the password. That's the thing. uh, this one, let me try this one as a patient. Right, it's okay. I had problem with the first time. I have the problem with the password. I forget it. Right, so doctor here, doctor part, your patient part, appointment, all things will be there. Right, so doctor is patient. If I click the new appointment, here the form is there. You will be able to book the new appointment. All things are there. Right. So this is how we have make the system. Right. So if you have any doubt on this, you can ask me anytime. So these are the things you have to complete it. So my previous tutorials, they how to view the record, how to update and delete, all things are there in my previous videos. That's one you have to go along with this my previous projects in my video description. uh, Hospital management system, library management system, everything, they I explain how to update the record and delete the record, everything, right? So that you have to go follow with them, you will gain the knowledge, right? Thank you for watching.